Thank you so much for joining us. Now, the mayor came out yesterday saying he stands with you in opposition. However, he will not fight that. What does that do to your cause as city council members in opposition to the EFF?
What does that mean? That you stand with us and you're not going to fight?
Well, United Front in Lansing, you know, I mean, I've heard people say you need the council and the mayor on board, but you don't.
But what does that do to your cause, the city council members who are together?
I mean, we're right. I mean, the law allows an appeal. It's called due process. And what you do is you take that opportunity to articulately make your case that an emergency manager is not the only option. That there are other options on the table that should be considered. And so, and all of the things that were left out of the financial review team's report to the governor, and the inaccuracies, and the making the debt larger than what it is for our general fund. So, you know, this is not an opportunity to be combative. What it is an opportunity to be influential with the time that we have left and the opportunity that we're given under the law.
The mayor said yesterday it's time to stop the fighting. We need to end the drama and the infighting and understand that whether we like it or not, an EFM is coming to the city of Detroit. This is the appeal that you sent today.
Yes.
In these 4 pages that I have here, are you confident that you've laid out a plan, or are you, as I've heard you say, you're going to go down fighting if you have to? Is this just a fight you think you have to wage, Charles, or do you think you can win this?
You know, I feel like if we put a viable alternative on the table that the governor can look at and say, you know, I could live with that, or let us tweak that so that perhaps we have more powers, we have more pushback, we can overrule decisions or those kinds of things, so that democracy remains in place, so that people who are elected can't just be removed by one person. And so, you know, I think that having an emergency manager would have too many devastating effects, too many unintended consequences. Yes, we're trying to fix our finances, and we should, because the whole region suffers with a weak Detroit financially. The city suffers. We can't deliver city services to the way that residents deserve. However, we don't feel like that having one person coming in, neutering the mayor, neutering council, is the way to do that, particularly having an upcoming election. What message does that send?
And you talk about the region, of course, that includes Michigan. Recently, just today, there's a poll that came out by Cranes that said 57% of Michiganians favor an emergency manager for Detroit, 30% opposed. So obviously, I think you probably have support in Detroit, but not necessarily in Michigan.
Yeah, and I understand that the governor is probably getting a groundswell of pressure to appoint an emergency manager, which is why I think it's incumbent upon us to be as influential as we can in the time that we have left to say, Governor, you should consider these options. Here is what a partnership with the state of Michigan to fix our finances should look like versus a takeover.
Well, time will tell. The hearing next Tuesday. Charles, we thank you very much.
Okay.
You think it'll be successful?
We only hope.
Yeah,
and we'll cross that bridge when we get to it if we're not.
Okay, best of luck to the city of Detroit.
Thank you very much.
Charles, thank you.